going, everybody? Eastern Shore You Go here with another deck profile. We are joined with our man Shane, who placed top 16 in the NA Nationals this past weekend. With that, we're going to jump right onto the video, get that profile.
So first card, 3 Snake Eye Ash, pretty self-explanatory.
Card's busted.
2 Poplar, 1 Oak, 1 Flamberge, 1 Snake Eyes Diabellstar, 1 Temple. All this is standard at this point. I didn't play the Dramatic Chase and didn't play the Trap, although I think that's pretty cool. Our friend Alex played it, but I think just the standard line's better. 3 Bonfire, Broken Extender. You're pretty much always grabbing Poplar with this, unless you want to play at the Droll, or if it's your only play to grab Snake Eyes Ash. 3 Wanted, 3 Witch. Need to max out this for consistency. You just want to see it in your hand. 3 Engraver, 1 Tract, 1 Lurie. This engine is absolutely broken. Can't play the deck without it. It's just too good. The follow-up's insane. The end board is just way better. Not much to say. Engraver is just an insane engine. Yeah. Onto the hand traps. I main decked the Mulch Army. This card was really good for me all day. Not even because I was drawing a lot, just because the opponent kind of plays weird when you have it. And it's so new, they're not really ready for it yet. 3 Nib pairs well with the Mulch Army. You want to draw into it. Nib was really good. It saved my butt a lot of times. If their only play is like Engraver effect, it's just Nib is insane. 3 Veiler. Not much to say. Veiler's Veiler. I played 3 Mourner. A lot of people cut this card, but I wanted as many ways to stop my opponent before they got started, rather than some of the more reactive cards. Mourner was really good at that. It always feels good to Mourner a Black Witch, which happened a lot. Yeah, so Mourner was really strong. The burn damage does come up a lot too, so you got to remember that it burns when the monster leaves the field. Comes up a lot because I didn't play Access Code or the World Sea Zealantis Raging Phoenix line, so the burn damage was actually good to be able to kill the opponent. 3 Ash Blossom, the most generic one.
Gotta play it.
Gotta play it. 3 Imperm, card's crazy. Gotta play it. 3 Crossout Designator. I've seen a lot of people siding this, but I really liked it in the main because a lot of times the deck seems really consistent, but a lot of times you'll draw like 1 Snake Eye Ash and then like 3 hand traps and then cross out. So if your Ash doesn't go through, you kind of just lose the game. So having the cross out to protect your plays was really, really strong.
No, that was like a long discussion we all had Thursday on whether to main or side it.
Yeah, I went back and forth on it a lot of times, but I really liked having it because if you're able to play the game, this deck is just very strong. Once it gets going, you almost can't lose. So having the cross out to protect your plays was really good.
How many cards do you have in the main deck?
45 cards in the main. On to the extra deck. 1 Relinquished Anima. This is good playing into boards. You can try to take the Appaloosa, which comes up a lot. It always gets negated, but it does force out that negate. It's also really pivotal to have this in your deck. If you get drolled on your normal summon of Snake Eye Ash, you need to go into the Anima to be able to play the game. And you can basically go full combo if you have Anima through the Droll. 1 Hida, self-explanatory. 1 Little Knight, self-explanatory. IP, Phoenix. A lot of people cut Phoenix, but this card was on every end board of mine, pointing to the Appaloosa, so it's co-linked, so it can't be destroyed by battle.
Plus a free draw.
Yeah, it can give you a draw as well. But having the Phoenix also just kind of gets you out of some weird spots where you're locked by the Princess, so if you can have an extra fire in there, it can get you out of some jams. Appaloosa, Selene. You can't really cut Selene because you play multiple spellcasters, so it helps you link up into the Appaloosa. Requiem, Moon's crazy. Bridges into the Fiendsmith stuff so easily, like too easily, honestly. Sequence, Lacrima. I played the Necroquip. I think this card's technically cuttable. I'm pretty sure the 2 games I I only summoned it a couple times, and I'm pretty sure I lost anyway. I think if I was going to continue playing this, I would probably consider playing the Constellar M7, because it allows you to do more things if your plays get stopped. So it was pretty good. I did like having the security of like having it in the extra deck. It allows you to use your resources a little bit better. But kind of unsure. It's a flex spot. Beatrice, they need to ban this card. It's too good. Just generic, dump a card out of your deck. Rank 6, too easy to do. Card's really good though. Desiree, I saw a lot of people not play this, but I think this card's really, really good. The fact that you can equip the sequence to it, and now you have double hot red, plus it can't be targeted by card effects, is really strong. And then once they outed it, even sends the card on the field to the graveyard, so it's extremely strong. Makes your end boards a lot better. You can play around cards like Dark Ruler and Droplet, so it makes board breakers unplayable in my opinion. So having this to go into, especially if you're going against like a branded Despia player or like a 60 card deck, it's even good against Runic Stun because they have a tough time outing it because it can't be targeted. So they have to do a weird line where they like pop the sequence first, and then it kind of causes them to play suboptimally. So I think Desiree is really strong. On to the side deck. Best card in my side deck was Triple Tactics Talent. I sided in going first and second against Snake Eye and Ubel. Being able to bait out the Appaloosa and then take it, really good. And then going first, obviously, if they hand trap you, you can either draw 2 if you have to, which got me out of some jams. I did have to draw 2 a couple times. Or you can look at their hand. And hand ripping is really strong, and you get that knowledge. So one time I activated this, and it forced my opponent to activate Nibiru, the Primal Being, in a really, really bad spot where he was forced to because I was just going to rip it out of his hand. But where he activated it, I had Flamberge on field, so it basically did nothing. But without that, I might have lost to the Nib. 3 Ghost Ogre. In theory, this card is meant for Ubel and Tenpai. I'm pretty sure I only activated it twice. It did hit the Tenpai field spell once, but otherwise I just didn't see it a lot, and I'm not sure if it's necessary or not, but it does come in handy if you're playing Tenpai or if you're playing Ubel. Hitting the Nightmare Pain can be really strong.
Yes, it can.
3 Skill Drain. This card needs to be banned. It's really too good not to play. Funny thing, in my top 32, I sided one of these in going second, and I actually had to cross out his skill drain or else I simply lose the game. So it really came in handy. I was siding in one of these even going second for cross out, and like I said, if I didn't have it, I'd just simply lose the game. There's no other out in my deck for skill drain. I played the Blue Tears, D-Barrier, and DDG package. This just makes it so if you go first and you get to Beatrice, you pretty much turn skip them, which is really hard for them to stop me from getting to Beatrice since I have the cross out, I have the talents, and I also have called by. So in theory, this is just kind of like an FTK because you have so much follow-up that if you turn skip them, they can't come back from it. I would play this again, although I didn't really need it. The one time I did need it was in top 16, and I misplayed and didn't shotgun the DDG. And had I done that, I would have won the game. But I was trying to get my Flamberge off the field because you can get in some weird spots if you shotgun the DDG and then they get rid of your Flamberge because it's banished and you lose a lot of follow-up. But I should have shotgunned it, so that's my fault. The called by, and then 2 Bestials. I only sided these because there wasn't really room in the main deck to main them. I think they're worthy of being in the main deck. I just didn't know what I would take out. I kind of needed all the spots in the main deck to be able to go second. Well, I guess in theory you could swap out Mulch Army maybe because it's just dead going first, but Mulch Army was so good going second. And in testing, if I lost the die roll, a lot of times I would just simply lose the game. So I decided to play the Mulch Army. And it really helps if you lose the die roll. I won a lot of times. I won game 1 after losing the die roll a lot of games. So the Mulch Army really came in handy, and the Bistio's really good. I want to try to find space for the Baldrake. In testing, the Baldrake's really good, especially because you're playing Nib and you're playing other Bistios, so the banish effect can actually come up. Got this cool prize card, got the Imperm mat, and look forward to seeing you guys at future events.
Any shout outs you want to give before we wrap this up?
Yeah, shout out to Eastern Shore Yu-Gi-Oh! Shout out to Zach, Parker, Alex. Shout out to Pair Collectibles. I came to the sneak peek here and got a lot of the cards that I needed, so that was a big help. Shout out for Alex for testing with me a lot. I learned the mirror really well. Shout out to Lucas Sacco. He gave me a lot of really good advice. Check out his YouTube channel, his coaching. He's an awesome coach, really knowledgeable. He was in the World's Points race, so obviously knows what he's doing. Shout out Paulo. I got a coaching session from him as well. It was super helpful. Michael Bagelman gave me a lot of good advice. Shout out to him. I think that's it.
All right, well, we appreciate you taking the time to get the profile. With that, guys, we thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will also be putting down in the description link to House of Cards TCG as well. Make sure you guys check them out, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.